Good evening, Misfits. Okay, I am having the audio issues, but I know how to fix. Gotta just take this little thingamajigger and move it. La 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 la.
Always good
la.
when you can move that
Holy
thingamajigger,
shit,
you know?
you're up way high. You're
Really?
yeah. Go ahead, give me a check.
It's always good when you have to move the thingamajigger,
I love
right?
moving my thingamajigger. I just commented on your post. You were like something about like wanker or
Europeans? Yeah.
Europeans saying wanker.
They've been mad at me for like a week, dude. So I'm trolling them now. It's really
Oh,
great.
I was moving yours. That's why it went up so high. Whoops. Whoopsie. I moved your way. I moved your thingamajigger.
Hey. You keep your hands off my thingamajigger, okay?
I touched your thingamajigger, Sean, and I apologize. I'll never touch your thingamajigger again.
Don't you ever touch my thingamajigger
Yeah,
again.
no, we're not gonna. That's gay. That is gayer than the
Gay.
That is gayer than the photo of Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, and all of them getting ready to go out. You know, I made a caption on. Let's pull that up because it's just so good. Let's see here. Whoa, what the hell? I don't know what I just did. I just figured out how to do something that.
What happens when you start touching people's thingamajiggers? Things happen.
That was my
not good.
thingamajigger. Hold on. I don't know what I just did, but hold on. Let me try to do it again. I took this and I did that. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. If you grab a picture off of X, bring it up to the search bar, it'll bring you to the post. That's weird. Okay, cool.
If you do, wait a minute.
Hold on, watch the screen, okay?
All right.
Well, that's a video. So here's a photo, right? I'm gonna grab it, drag it, and I'm bringing it up. You can't see it, but I'm bringing it up to the bar,
The address bar.
the address bar.
Oh, yeah. I knew it did. Okay.
And
yes.
then it'll bring
Chrome
it'll
does that too,
yeah.
I think.
Okay. Who's touching thingamajiggers in the chat? We got Emerald Sonic. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yes. So I think it is.
Goodness.
I think it was okay. Hold on. Let me go to my page under my search bar, and then I'll type in gayer than prison sex. That's gotta pop up.
That'll probably pop up.
Oh, I heard. Apparently, I used it more than once. Here we go. This one. If you type in "gayer than prison sex" on my page, this is what pops up. And this photo is gayer than prison sex, is what I said, because it is. Touching thingamajiggers is one thing, but this is next level. Look, if you're a guy, no. If you're a woman, okay. And the guy that you're with takes longer to get ready than you do, you're a lesbian. Because these dudes clearly, except for fucking, I swear, Emru Foodle, he's just homely. Tristan Tate is wearing a fucking pink suit. He's wearing a pink suit. This dude, I don't even know who the fuck this is. He keeps on popping up. He's just got a punchable face. But anyway, apparently he was on ketamine that night. Did you see that video? He was trying.
I did not.
He was trying to fight. He's on the street, and some guy said something to him, and he was like, "I'm on ketamine, bro. You don't want to fuck with me." I'd be like, "Actually, that's the drug I would pick if I wanted to fight you." They're pretty docile. It's a horse tranquilizer. If you're on ketamine,
There you go.
let's fight. Anyway.
Stupid.
Oh
It's
my
all
god.
stupid. I haven't
also,
been paying
did you-
attention to those people?
Did you also see? Now, look, we're trying to get it. We're going to get into the midterms. We're going to get away from the drama. But Sneeko has been running around saying that he's a Muslim, so he doesn't drink. He forgot the camera was running on a live stream, and he ordered like a Moscow Mule, a shot of tequila, and a margarita.
People are all frauds. They're
It's
all
all
frauds.
fake. It's all
It's all
fucking fake.
It's all fake. That's
It's
the
like-
best part about it is that they are
Well,
fake. They're
it's
not real people.
Yeah, it's Woke Wednesday. Josie, the redheaded libertarian, came at me, and she literally used a photo, like a before photo from a couple of years ago, where I was doing I lost 17 pounds in 3 months, and I posted the before and the after. She puts the before up. She took the "I'm okay with as many dead kids as possible" thing from out of context. It was a whole paragraph basically explaining the trolley problem. That's what I was saying, right? It's like, yes, I'm okay with dead kids here if it leads to more lives saved there. And she posted the mugshot with the "you beat up an elderly person."
Yeah.
All while calling me a pathological liar. And I'm like,
Right, but
you
making things up.
You just took three things that are completely either A, out of context, or B, complete fabrications, while calling me a liar. These people are all
them as
fake.
the truth. Yeah. Yeah.
They're all fucking fake. And again, we want to focus more on the midterms, and I haven't talked about her much lately at all, really. Candace did get served with a cease and desist from TP USA, like I said she would. I put it out there. I was like, that first cease and desist letter, they sent it out to a smaller creator, right?
It was testing the waters.
And it was testing the waters. And I go, they want to see how people react to this. And they want to see how the person that they're serving it to would react to it. I'm assuming they knew, but you still have to. That's like a classic like lawyer thing to do. Is be like, let's send it out to this little guy first, right? Not like they weren't going. Pig. Not like anything that would have happened would have stopped them from sending it to Candace. Just sort of throwed it out there, and then
be prepared for what could come their way after
and then,
they do it.
Yeah, sure enough, 48 hours later, just like I said, Candace got hers, and she apparently, she lost her shit over it. This week, for Dry 90, we are drinking Athletic Light, a near beer. We're doing near beers more often because I feel like it tricks my brain. It's literally just like a vape, right? Where it's like I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore, but I'm smoking something. I feel like I like the taste of beer. So I'm drinking, but this one has 25 calories in a beer. 0 alcohol. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad. We're doing the Dry 90. The Dry 90 is no problem. The thing that I'm really worried about is the bread. No bread for 3 months is gonna be tough.
That's like that 75 hard thing that people are doing.
Yeah.
I've been doing that crap almost.
One of my friends did it. What's her name? Kaylee Koziak? Yeah, the blonde. Yeah, I think it's Koziak. She did 75 hard. She said it was life changing.
But here's the problem. And that's the thing. Hopefully she she says it's life changing, right? So that's good. Hopefully she continues on that type of lifestyle.
Oh, she still looks amazing. She's beautiful anyway. I mean, I can say that. I met her husband, great guy. This isn't me hitting on her. She's a
right.
She is a very attractive woman, and she is a lovely woman and a nice woman. And I don't think she would get mad at me for saying this. She put on some pounds. She did the 75 hard. She still has it. All that's still off. She looks phenomenal.
Good.
All right.
So it happens when you change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all about lifestyle.
And that's why I do instead of Dry January, that's why I kicked it up to 90 days, because I'm far more likely to keep a habit if I do it for 90 days than 30.
That's why I started my diet exercise plan back in September, because I wanted to hit the New Year's with momentum so that there was no let me just go off the rails for the holidays. Like I went right through. And
I'm telling you,
I'm doing well
this year because of that no work December shit. I fell off. My holiday weight was a little more than I'd like. But anyway, let's stop talking like women. All right. Yeah. So the news of the day, even though this is the weekly breakdown, I decided this week, why don't we type in the word news at night and see what happens? All right. So EU suspends approval of U.S. trade deal over Greenland threats. The European Union. Oh no. The
wankers.
They're wankers.
I love the fact that these people think they have some sort of. They have no
leverage. There's no leverage.
No leverage.
There's nothing.
These people are the biggest pushovers in the world, and it happens. And every time someone pushes them around, they come crying to the United States, "Help us!" But when the United States wants something from them, they're like, "No, you're like a big bully." And I'm like, okay. Then the next time some angry German decides your country is his country, don't come crying to us.
You know what the funny thing is? It's like it says suspended the approval of a key U.S. trade deal. Key for who? Like it's key for you. You're literally like destroying your own shit. It's like every trade
Well, it's like
deal.
the whole cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah,
right? That's exactly what it is.
So let's see here.
Europe.
What is this trade deal? The move followed
Talk about
renewed
wankers.
tension.
Europe.
All right. The agreement set U.S. levies on most European goods at 15%, down from 30%. Trump had initially threatened this as part of his Liberation Day wave of tariffs. In exchange,
Those
Europe
are supposed
had...
to end the world. Remember?
So
Those are
hold
supposed to end
on,
the world.
they are
didn't.
breaking their word, because in exchange for Trump suspending his Liberation Day tariffs, they agreed to invest in the U.S. and make changes on the continent expected to boost U.S. exports. So you know what Trump should do now? He should go, hey, you broke your word. Guess what? Liberation Day tariffs go right back up.
Are back. Well, they reached the framework of a deal on Greenland. So the 10% that he was going to tariff Europe until they caved is off. So
Yes.
I think this whole thing is probably going to resolve itself. You know, it's probably going to work its way and be done. That's how Trump is. You know, he'll either say, here's what I want, here's what I think you should give me, and then when you say no, he will force you to the negotiating table, and it's usually not as good a deal as when it was, his first offer.
Well, check this out, right? Under this is from the inside paper. I don't know if this is true or not. This is the insider paper. I've never heard of it. It could just be it could be clickbait.
It could go either way, but go ahead.
Okay.
Because no one really knows. They're citing the New York Times, so we're going to do a grain of salt.
Okay. Under Greenland deal, Denmark would give the United States sovereignty over small pockets of Greenlandic land where the United States could build military bases, according to 3 senior officials familiar with the discussion. Right? So what I wrote is, you mean we get all the benefits that we wanted without having to add 2 liberal senators in Congress? Win.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not adding any senators if it's not a state, right? Like
Well,
Puerto
that's what
Rico
I'm saying. But yes, but what I'm saying is, if it were, and like if it was the worst case, or I guess the best case, if we literally turned Greenland into a state, we would be getting those senators. So I'm being partially I'm being partially facetious here, but if we were to go full Greenland is the United States, we would get those senators, and we're not going.
Well, not necessarily if you make it a U.S. territory like Puerto Rico.
Yes, if you made it a territory. Actually, yeah. So Puerto Rico is a state, correct? Yeah.
No, Puerto Rico is not a state.
So that's what I'm saying. If we made it a state, then we would get the senators. But
yeah, Greenland wouldn't become a state before PR anyway.
Making it a territory, or even under this potential, if this really is the deal, where it's literally just, okay, you get some, we get part of it's the United States, part of it's Greenland territory, who cares? Either way, the point of this whole thing has been, and Trump was very clear and articulated this very well in Davos. Since his first term, by the way. Yeah, he was basically saying, like, hey, this isn't about minerals. We don't give a shit about minerals. I mean, sure, there's some there, but you have to dig through the ice, et cetera, et cetera. No, it's you know what? Actually, let me show you. You won't be able to hear it, but you don't need to hear it. This is a clip from I can't remember the name of that show with what's her name, but it just shows a map. Like it's a hypothetical. This one, like in this image you can see on the screen. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go to guest presentation. In this image you can see on the screen right there. That's it. Right? Hold on. Let me go back to that. Right? If you do this,
from the Arctic to the North Atlantic.
Look at that. Look at that line, right? Russia is like able to go right through this channel in the Atlantic. And somebody else posted this, right? Where it's like, if you look at it here, look at this curve of Russia, right? That's all Russia. Yeah. Okay? So like this, all of this right here, it's basically like, it's really not that far. And like China, that's what Trump is saying about China. China's like a straight line too. And Greenland is smack dab in between these two things. They just have to go right over the North Pole. So... Yep.
Well, it's part of the Golden Dome missile defense, too.
Yeah, but a lot of people think it's like, oh, it's not a big deal because Russia's like over here. No, Russia is here.
No, Russia is Europe and Asia.
Yeah, Russia's here, dude. It's really not that fun. This is the line that we need to worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Alaska, which is protecting this flank. Greenland would protect the other flank. It's a very simple strategic military territory. It's not hard to figure out.
When you look at it from the top down, like it's directly down on the North Pole, it's like chess.
Yes.
You want to put your line, you have defense. That's
This is the map that people need to be viewing when they're, or even showing when they're explaining this, right? Because that pink.
Because now you can actually look and you can see that Greenland actually plays a much bigger role for the United States than it does for Europe.
Correct. I mean,
From
Russia
that
can,
view,
Russia can walk to Europe, but they don't really.
Matter of fact, they've done it before.
Yes, they've done it quite a few times. They did it like a few years ago, actually. And we know how that's working out.
Right.
But yeah, so anyway, the EU's pouting is what this article's about. They're pouting. They're literally pouting. Okay,
What they always do. Yeah, that's it. Keep pouting. Exactly.
Keep pouting. Nobody cares. What you guys don't understand.
Oh, you guys are sad? You guys are sad? I don't care.
What Shawn, what these people need to understand, and I don't know how many times we can explain it. I don't think they ever will understand, no matter how many times we explain it. But Trump is not the guy you fuck with. It's like even in the first term, it's like these people do not learn. It's like, okay, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, fucking all the shit that he did in the first term. He was not like somebody that really you negotiate with. Like, he says, I'm going to do something, and then usually
he does it.
He does it. As soon as Trump says, I'm going to do something.
He also is the same guy who says, if you do something, then I will do something.
Yeah.
And then you do that something. He will do what he threatened you with if you do something. That's it.
I will put a caveat on this. I put a caveat on it, and I've been critical of him on it, is I don't think he's tough enough on China. However, I understand why he's not tough enough on China. It's a fucking that's a tangled web, if like it hurts us to just say fuck you, China.
Yeah, you have to it's kind of like when you
we're too entangled.
When you wean yourself off a drug versus cutting it cold turkey.
Exactly.
Like, our economy will go through some serious withdrawals if we just, like, tomorrow, just shut like a light switch.
Oh, if we cold turkey
China.
shut up, if we cold, it would hurt us a lot.
We would have withdrawals, big time.
It would hurt us
So you have
a
to
lot.
wean yourself off. You have to be ready to absorb that type of hit, and we're not ready to absorb it, which is more of a testament and an indictment of former U.S. leadership than it is to this president for us getting so entangled and in bed with China to begin with.
Exactly. And you know what? It's like, speaking of former leadership, I think that a lot of people around the world, not just like in the liberal United States, really just like think like the way Biden was doing it is just like, that's diplomacy, just being a pushover and like being like, the status quo.
Everybody. Yeah.
Like, the status quo is that, like, and you know what the funny thing is about the black pillars on the right? It's like they're becoming like the left. It's like they're literally like, why are we being so aggressive? It's like, dude, this is the opposite of what you bitched about for 4 years. And you're bitching about this. And I had a theory today. I was literally walking my dog and I thought about this. I didn't make a tweet or anything, so it's I'm working through it right now. Let me process it. But basically, my thought process was we've gotten so used to losing over 4 years. Like, we literally lost. I think the quote loss demoralized them, and they don't remember what it's like to win. So they kind of like don't want to go back to it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Where it's like they're in a loser's mentality. And they're like we're just losers, and I think that's part of it. I think that part, like the black pillars, the Owen Schroyers, who are literally just bitching about everything, literally everything.
It's everything. It's
like
everything, and it's all day.
It's like you sound like a liberal. You sound like you have.
It sounds like
TVs.
somebody on CNN.
Yeah. And it's
exactly what it sounds like.
And then the constant fucking Epstein files. It was Israel. Now it's Epstein files. It's like, bro, how about you shut the fuck up? How about you try that? It's just like, I'm tired. Just shut up. All right.
It's getting ridiculous.
What else do we got here?
Certainly.
Squad Dems join GOP to... Oh, I actually saw this. The Clintons have apparently been found in contempt.
Yeah, the House Judiciary, I guess it's House Judiciary, they're voting to hold him in contempt. And that's just the beginning.
This is the
right?
advanced contempt. This is the contempt resolution. So
it's out of committee, so I think it goes to a floor vote soon.
Okay, so the House Oversight Committee. Oh, okay. So maybe I did misread it. Maybe it was a clickbait headline. But House Oversight Committee voted to refer for. Okay, so they voted to refer. Oops, sorry. Bill Clinton.
It's like any other bill. It has to leave committee, and then you go to the. I think you have to go to the full House.
It voted 34-9, and with 2 members voting present. Now
I thought it was 38-4.
Well, it doesn't. Even if they got their numbers wrong. Now, is to hold them in contempt of Congress. That's obviously going to go to a vote in Congress. Is that a simple majority?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know if it's
criminal contempt. I think is what they're looking at. Inherent contempt. House or Senate committee issues a subpoena. Witness refuses to comply. The full chamber votes to hold the person in contempt. The sergeant at arms can arrest the person. That's old. That's not usually what happens. Criminal contempt. Most commonly used modern mechanism. 2 U.S. Code subsection 192 and 194. A committee issues a subpoena. Non-compliance. Committee votes to recommend contempt. The full House or Senate then votes on the contempt resolution. The Speaker or President of the Senate certifies the contempt to the U.S. Attorney. The DOJ decides whether to prosecute. So right now it's out of committee. It's got to go to a full floor vote.
I just don't know if it's a simple majority. Well, I think it would be a simple majority. So hopefully we don't have a bunch of. I bet you Massey would vote no on it. I bet you.
No, he'll vote yes on it because it's Epstein related. He'll actually vote yes on it.
Oh, he'll have to.
I think so.
He'll have to.
Yeah, he'll have to. Yeah, because
he can't. Yeah, he can't do a protest vote this time. You'll look like, even though he already looks like a fucking hypocrite. Yeah. It says that. Let's see here. If the House votes to refer the Clintons for contempt, it would be up to the DOJ to whether to prosecute. I think I've had this theory before, and I think that you would probably agree to a certain extent. I think most people would agree to a certain extent.
By the way, real quick before we go into that, real quick, the committee that issued that issued the referral or voted to advance the referral of contempt. If that committee is in the Senate, then it goes to the full Senate for a vote. If that committee is in the House, then it goes to a full House for a vote. Does not require both chambers. So. Okay. Criminal contempt of Congress does not require a majority vote in both chambers. It only requires action by the chamber that issued the subpoena. So in this case, this is only the House.
Yep.
Okay, right, which is simple majority. There you go.
Perfect. Shit, I forgot what I was saying.
You said I may agree with you on something.
Oh yeah.
The DOJ,
so I'm still brain farting. You might agree. Oh yeah. I remember. So you might agree with this, or let me actually frame it as a question. Do you think that Trump is holding off maybe a little bit on the prosecution of his political opponents because of the midterms? Because I think that might have something to do with it, right? Like, I think that maybe they have some internal polling that's like, if you start locking up your political opponents, you might lose votes. Like, you might lose the midterms. Because a lot of people might see it as tit for tat and a weaponization of government.
It might be that. It might also just be that it's just there may be no like strategic reason. It may just not be priority number one for the administration, which I totally kind of get.
The base
it's frustrating people.
Yeah, the base screams about it, but I really don't think people in the real world give a fuck. Like
no, people in the real world don't care. That's the thing. I mean, here's what people will care about. Okay, what happened on Sunday in Minneapolis with the church?
You better arrest
Don Lemon needs to be charged.
Yes,
he needs to be charged.
No, he needs to be handcuffed.
Harmy Dillon says it's coming, right? Yeah. Like under the FACE Act and the Klan Act, it's a clear like that can't. If that, I'll tell you right now, if that does not come to fruition, I will have a huge problem with this DOJ and start calling for major heads to roll.
I even said how long I'm giving them. I'm giving them a week. I'm giving them a week as of yesterday, right? If by Tuesday of next week we don't see a criminal charge against Don Lemon and the bearded guy, we have a problem.
And Nikema Johnson.
Yes, we have a problem. Because it's not going to take longer than a week to review this evidence, put it through, get it to a judge, get it signed, blah, 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 blah. It shouldn't take more than a week. Now, I'll give them a week. I'm not like the crazy people that are like, it should happen right now. No.
Well,
I get it.
people want it to happen on Monday, which it couldn't happen on Monday because if you know what Monday was, it was a federal holiday. Courts were closed. Judges couldn't sign off on anything because they weren't at work.
And that's why I'm giving them from Tuesday forward. From Tuesday forward, you have a week. Because, look, there's certain times when people are like, the public sees something and they're like, that's a crime, and then they're like, it's not really a crime.
Well, it's like when they said that the Russiagate stuff was treason, and like I get it, colloquially you're betraying America and you're betraying your oath, but but letter of the law, if you read the statute, it's not treason because you're not giving any material aid to a country that we are at war with, at actual war. Let's go. That's a goal. That's a goal.
Oh, you were watching something
Islanders.
else.
I got the Islanders on. I gotta watch them. So
no, you're good. You're good. I had no idea what that was about. No, but what I'm saying is, you have the internet. You have the internet lawyers who are like, oh my God, this, that, and the other, and it's like, shut up, sit down. Like they'll see a clip of something and they'll be like, that person should be charged. And they're either wrong or it's more complicated or it's more nuanced. With this, I've looked at the video of Don Lemon saying, we're going into the church. He was literally organizing with these people. The video of him getting in the face of the pastor. He's guilty of a crime. And Harmeet Dillon has said as such. Pam Bondi needs to get the fuck off of a Fox News camera until people are in cuffs. But she's also come out and said that there's going to be charges. So here's the deal. You guys have a week because this shit cannot continue where you jump on Fox News for however long and then nothing happens. I'm not one of the Epstein files needs to be fucking blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not one of those people.
No, but in this situation,
but I have,
it's so clear.
But you and I both have agreed that even though I don't give a shit about the Epstein files, I care deeply about the fact that they said they were going to release the Epstein files and then didn't. Right. Because it makes you look uncredible. It makes you look like you're fucking around. It's more of the optics thing. Same goes here. If you say you are going to arrest Don Lemon, or you heavily imply it, and you don't, you're fucked. Like, you are losing people at a rapid pace, because even though there's a demoralization campaign, even though the black pillars are probably some of them being handled or manufactured or whatever, it trickles into the real people who are like, that's why psyops work, right? The black pillars are a psyop, but psyops work. So you need to arrest Don Lemon. It just has to happen. Like, it has to happen by Tuesday. If it doesn't happen by Tuesday, we're going to have a problem. So
it was a very clear violation. The FACE Act, Section 2 of the FACE Act, which is 18 U.S. Code Section 248, is whoever by force or threat of force or by physical obstruction intentionally injures, intimidates, or interferes with, or attempts to injure and intimidate or interfere with any person lawfully exercising or seeking to exercise the First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of religious worship. Done.
Yep.
Those people, but it doesn't have to. By the way, anybody who's in a church attending a service who has interrupted or interfered with, that is a crime. That's a violation of the FACE Act. Okay, it's clear as day. What they did was against the law. You deprived people of their right to religious freedom. That is against the law. That needs to be prosecuted. And look, I'm going to take Harmeet Dillon at her word because I think she's been great at civil rights.
I do too.
But I'm with you though. Like, you better. And if it's not done in a week, there better be a really good excuse.
Yeah. So the FACE Act right here is on the screen under perplexity. The law, which was later understood and applied to also cover people exercising religious freedom at places of worship, such as churches, synagogues, and mosques. It's fucking clear.
It's very clear.
Here's what I don't want to do, and I've said this over and over again. I have tried to rein in my own side on this so many times, and I'm only one person. We need more people like me that are like, hey guys, chill out, right? The people who are basically saying we should do what the Biden administration did, you are fucking retarded. Because what you are basically saying is we should rush investigations, we should weaponize the government, and we should go after people without due process. Don't do that, right? What you want to do is you want to do what I just did. And you want to say, hey, I've reviewed this particular case, and here's my opinion. I think that there is more than enough evidence to charge in this case. I'm going to give you a 1-week buffer where you go and you do your paperwork. You've jumped on TV and you've said you're going to do it. See you Tuesday, right? If you don't do it on Tuesday, we're going to have a problem. With the Epstein files, I've said, hey, there's millions of pages of documents, right? They do not want to dox sex trafficking victims. They have given you release after release, and they have tried, and there is a judge in New York that is blocking it. There's another federal judge blocking it. This is not Trump's fault. I do want to see the Epstein files, but I don't give a fuck about them. Also, you had 17 fucking years with 3 other administrations where they could have released them, and you weren't bitching then. So it clearly is a hoax. You're weaponizing it because of your fake outrage based off of a psyop. Holy shit, I just did 2 things. I used critical thinking and deductive reasoning, and I compared 2 different cases under 2 different circumstances. Wow.
And by the way, not only do you not want to be, to weaponize the government, right? Not only do you not want that, right? But you also, in this case, you really can't. Because let's say we were dealing with Attorney General Matt Gaetz, who was, you would be a little more trigger happy than Pam Bondi, probably. Okay.
Thank God we didn't get him.
And I'm 100% with you on that.
Bondi's not great, but shit.
Bondi's not great, but my goodness, my gosh. But okay, let's say you have an Attorney General Matt Gaetz or someone else who's just a little more aggressive, right? Yeah. You don't have. We tried this with Letitia James and James Comey, and both those cases got thrown out on a technicality,
exactly.
Right? Because Lindsey Halligan was improperly, and they moved it quick because they had to get it done before the statute of limitations and all of this. If you do what the Biden administration did, you don't have those allies in the courts. You don't have those allies embedded in the bureaucracy that are going to let those technicalities slide. Yeah. So you have to cross every T twice. Dot every I 3 times, proofread to make sure there's not any extra spaces or commas in the wrong place in your indictment so that your shit doesn't get kicked out of court. Well, that's just a sad reality of it. And if you want it, you could either do things quickly or you could do things right. And a blend of both is good. So like you said, a week, I think that's reasonable.
Expeditiously but correctly is the go-to here. But, also, it's like the Democrats and the left, they are fucking perfectionists at lawfare. So if they are really good at lawfare, then if you try lawfare, they're going to know where you fucked up. And they're going to exploit that. So, but again, Pam, for fuck's sake, get off camera.
Please.
Just get off camera. It's not a good look. It's not.
And it's not even just that she does this stuff on camera and then there's not as many results. It's also the stern talking and we will not tolerate this under this president. And it's yeah, but you've tolerated it. It's just no one buys what she's selling. So she might as well just not go on TV. If Billy Mays wasn't good at selling OxyClean, he wouldn't have been the OxyClean guy for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If no one's buying what you're selling, just stop trying to sell it and just do your job.
Well, I mean, they gotta know, right? I don't know. Maybe they don't. This is like Candace Owens. Candace Owens has this cognitive dissonance that she's actually really well liked, and it's and then she'll do an episode where she's like, I can't believe people are being so mean. It's you can't believe that?
You can't believe it?
It's you can't. Wait a minute. You can't believe that people are giving you shit for fucking literally making up the most wild accusations all the time. Same thing with that just happened with with like the Josie was interviewing Nick Fuentes, and she did it just like Tucker Carlson. She literally set him up for a question. She goes, do you deny the Holocaust? And he goes, no, I just don't view it as like a religion. First of all, nobody does. And then right after he's done talking, she goes, okay, so you don't hate all Jews. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You just put word. First of all, he does. First of all, it's like Myron Gaines is like, I don't hate all Jews.
Can somebody please ask Nick Fuentes a question? If you don't hate all Jews, why do you use the term Jew as an insult?
Exactly.
Can we get to the root of what that's about?
Well, no.
Because, nobody's asked that. Crowder didn't ask that. Josie didn't ask that. Tucker didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Nobody asked that. And it's like, well, then do your own interview. That dude doesn't want a tough interview.
Well,
that's the point.
The better question for Nick Fuentes, which I would obviously ask him if I was ever in a debate with him, is what's a Jew? Right?
That's a good question, too.
It's what's a Jew? Because, if you don't hate all Jews, which ones do you hate? And he'll tell you, because he said it on camera. He'll be like, I hate the ones that are in support of Israel, and the ones that practice this faith that is demonic and satanic and blah blah blah. I go, okay, so you hate between 80 and 95% of Jews.
90%, yeah.
You hate most.
Yeah, not all of them.
But not all.
Because he likes Dave Smith, who claims to be a Jew, right?
Yeah, well, Dave Smith isn't even a Jew. Like the funny thing,
he claims to be.
Well, the funny thing is, it's like, and Myron Gaines said the same thing. My producer's Jewish. If you have an ethnical Jewish heritage, you're not necessarily Jewish, right? It's like an ethnical heritage does not mean that you're Jewish. It means that you might be like that's like saying I'm Italian. I'm not really Italian. I'm American. Right. I'm Italian and Irish. But if I was to say,
name comes from Turkey, but I don't say I'm Turkish.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, I am Italian, but am I? Am I really? So
it's funny with my last name, because when I talk about Muslims and they're like, oh, well, that last name, and I'm like, I know it's Turkish. I get it, but I'm not a Muslim though. It's just that simple.
Well, at least you're not changing your name to Shawn Gaines.
Yeah. But that bullshit that's just
I
mean, hey, I wouldn't want to be known as Amru Foodle either, but I mean, listen.
Still haven't gotten any clarity on that, whether it's foodle like poodle or fuddle like puddle. But anyway, so yeah.
I think foodle sounds better.
Me too. So anyway, the squad. So they have advanced that, right? And look, here's the deal. Again, if the Democrats want to play this game and they want to set the rules of this game, we play by the rules that they set. If that advances and they do get held in contempt, you got to throw them in jail 90 days. You got to throw both of them in cuffs.
Listen, there's precedent. It's the Bannon procedure. It's the Bannon and Navarro protocol. Period.
Okay. Supreme Court. Oh, well, we can't read this one because I'm not giving New York Times any money. I don't care if it's $1 a week.
No chance.
They seem poised to reject Trump's attempt to immediately fire a federal governor. I don't know what that's about. But let's see. What else do we got? Major winter storm. Now, that might be true in you. I freaking where's the picture of me on the patio in a tank top? They've done this on Ted Cruz so many times, and here we go. I'm not even a huge Ted Cruz fan. He's okay, but it's like Shea Jordan Smith goes, Ted Cruz is leaving to Laguna Beach while Texas braces for a rare ice threat and Arctic cold front. I live in San Antonio. I am pretty much dead center of Texas, so I think that I'm a good barometer for this massive ice storm. Let's see here. Okay.
I mean, there's a big storm coming.
No. Hold on.
Huge storm.
On Saturday, we have a low of 35 and a high
so you're
of
probably
6.
okay from ice.
We're okay. Sunday, 27 low, 41 high. Monday, 25 low, 50 high. And Tuesday, 29, 58. So 3 days, we will be in the mid to high 20s at the low end. Then it jumps back up to 40s. It's a 3-day. It's going to be chilly in Texas for 3 days. Some pipes might freeze. You might have a couple of plumbers that make overtime. Ted Cruz does not need to be here for that. If it was and they said the same thing when there was actually, and by the way, the major storm that we had in Texas like 4 years ago, 4 years ago, it was 4 inches of snow. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it fucking shut shit down here.
Well, and there was also an ice component with that. And I remember because when I was working for Sherwin-Williams, that's where we sourced a lot of our, the company sourced a lot of its raw materials and production. And that like week or so that things were like completely shut, it screwed up our whole supply chain for like 5 months. Yeah, we couldn't get product. It was wild.
I remember my girlfriend at the time. Her power went out, but mine didn't, and my water went out, but hers didn't. Right. So the way I live downtown, so the way they do it in San Antonio is they do a priority grid system. So I'm priority 1. Right. They were not going to shut the power off downtown, so I still had power. So we packed her and her 2 kids into my 1-bedroom apartment for 3 or 4 days, that was fun. But when we went back, yeah, she did have she had a frozen pipe that burst in her garage, and I fixed it. But that was it. But there were people whose like fish tanks were freezing with the fish in them, and it was wild. That was pretty cool, and it's because our grid can't handle it. It's just. Texas is not built for it. They do a cost-benefit analysis of winterizing an entire grid for an event that happens once every fucking half a decade.
Yeah, right. It's not something that happens enough to do it all the time.
Exactly. So.
Same with Tennessee. I mean, they don't have Tennessee Department of Transportation doesn't have a massive budget for, prepping the road for snow. So whenever there's a couple of inches, it's not salted, it's not brined. We grew up in the Northeast. So that was like, okay, 3 inches of snow, we push it off the driveway with the fucking broom. If we even want to push it off the driveway, we'll just drive over it.
I have a truck. I drove over it every time. I've never shoveled out. Well, in my adult life, I've never shoveled out a driveway. I will rock my truck back and if it's fucking 2 feet
I
of
drove a compact car, and I didn't do much. I would just carve a spot out with my car.
I would do the remote starter. I would have that if there was a foot of snow on my windshield, I would remote start it 2 hours before I had to go to work because I wanted that heat to just melt it off, and I would keep restarting it.
Just let it.
I would let it steam up, and then I would push one sheet off, and I had it down to a science, man. Wasn't Texas pushing wind and solar during that storm and limiting fossil fuel? Oh yeah, sure, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like this whole clean energy. It's like fucking. It's what happens when the snow.
Cleanest.
What happens when the snow? I mean, the dust, the snow, the pollen, and all that shit.
Hail. You guys get hail in Texas.
Yeah, when it gets a solar panel.
Destroy the freaking panels.
It's like the dumbest invention ever when you really think about it. It's like, okay, we're going to catch the sun. Okay, what happens when it gets dirty? Well, you got to clean it off. Okay. What happens when you have a fucking field that's like 10 miles long and 5 miles wide of these things? How are you going to clean that, fucker? You're going to wait for it to
illegal,
rain?
So you got to use them as slaves with them. It's obviously that's the point,
Yeah. I love that. Do you watch Landman? The finale. I just watched the finale last night. Dude, you got to get on that show. That show, I know you're not a big movie and TV guy, but Taylor Sheridan, did you watch Yellowstone? Have you watched anything of Taylor Sheridan's?
I didn't like Yellowstone. I watched the first season. I didn't like it. So
okay, well, it's not. I mean, you'll like this. I'm not joking, dude. I laugh out loud by myself every single episode of Landman at something Billy Bob Thornton says, and these one-liners are just, it's insane. It's not. It's definitely give it a try. But he has this speech it's gone viral in so many clips where it's like he's got this environmental lawyer And she's like, oh, talking about clean energy. And he goes, you know how much fucking fossil fuel it takes to degrease that fucking thing? To grease that big ass fucking fan blade? Do you know how much concrete and how much diesel went in to creating the pad that thing sits on? And he breaks down the numbers and he goes, in that whole thing's life, it will not replace its carbon footprint. And it's like, it's kind of true. It's like clean energy is not clean. It's all fucking.
It's not. It's not
all
clean
just
at all.
It's all a grift. It's all just a way to get more money. I was just telling the kid that that was working for me today, my helper, when we were driving in San Antonio. It's just overpass after overpass, and everywhere you look, they're building another one, and it's like. I'm like, they just keep building these fucking things. I bet you the traffic wouldn't even be affected if they just stopped. It's like, I think they build roads and they create more traffic. And he was like, actually, that's kind of true. It's like, because they make them all loopy and everything like that. If they just had less roads that went in straight lines to places, you'd be fine. I was like, yeah, actually, it does make sense. And that happened. You remember the Big Dig in Boston?
Yeah.
That's what happened. They were like, they did like a $10 billion project to reduce traffic. It took 10 years and went over budget, created more traffic because they were building all the time. And then by the time it was done, the population had to increase, so it didn't affect the traffic at all. It's just wasting money.
They do this a lot. You know, the Belt Parkway in New York City, you know, right off the Verrazano Bridge. That road has been under construction since before I was born.
Yeah.
I'm 34. Yeah. So it's been under construction for 3 decades.
You know what's even crazier?
Never stopping.
What's even crazier is as somebody in the construction industry and as somebody with autism, I can do this Rain Man calculation in my head where I look at an overpass and I go from pillar to pillar, that probably costs $100,000, right? Just from pillar to pillar, right? That's 45 feet off the ground. That took a crew of probably 12 guys a month to do, each of them getting $50 an hour, plus all the concrete, the structural engineer that had to come on, the site supervisor, all the equipment rental, all that shit probably cost over $100,000, and I see 40 of them lined up in a row. And I go, that's 40 times 100,000. That's $4 million fucking dollars for a mile, at least, at least. And it's like, that's what happens. The politicians, they go, yeah, we're going to build a road. It's like, did you need to? Did you need to waste $4 million and create a bunch of traffic? I don't know. That's a conversation for smarter people, but I just think it's interesting.
Yeah. Everything once government gets involved starts to cost too much because that's not their money. Exactly. You know, it's OPM, right? So that's what happens.
Government's real good at spending other people's money. All right, now let's dive in to social media. We got through the news headlines. Let's see. So we got Davos. The Davos was amazing. A fraud account from Africa. Okay. There's a lot of people. I feel like they're really trying to I feel like the anti-Israel shit is on life support, and they're really trying to resuscitate it. I've seen a lot of Gaza shit popping up on my timeline.
I haven't seen the Gaza stuff in a while.
It's something, I guess there was 3 reporters killed or something, and one of them worked for CBS, and I was like, hey, here, let's go to it.
All right, there's something going on here. Hold on, I'll fix it.
Okay. Well, I can hear you. You look like you're good on the feed.
Yeah, my video's frozen.
Well, Sean's gone. No.
I'll have it fixed in a second.
I can hear you, and you're coming in on audio.
Yeah, my video's going to be frozen.
This one. Breaking: 3 journalists killed in Israeli airstrike in Gaza, including a cameraman who worked for CBS News. Okay. So if this is true, maybe that's why the Israelis were telling them they don't want journalists in a war zone. That might be.
That could be.
That could be. Maybe they weren't trying to cover up a genocide at all. Maybe they were like, hey, do you know we're bombing that place that you want to go visit?
You may want to not go there because we're bombing it.
I'm just saying. It's probably
right.
Because Piers Morgan's like, you won't let journalists into Gaza, and they were like, well, I mean, we also Ukraine doesn't let them on the front line either. It's like it's kind of common sense. I mean, if you really want to go, I guess you could sign a waiver, but
yeah, it's like
it's kind of like it's like right to try, where it's like, all right, fucking, if you get blown up, we told you. It's like, all right,
exactly.
You know we're gonna drop bombs right there where you want to film. Go ahead, I guess. I don't fucking know. It sounds stupid.
I guess, yeah. It's on you at this point.
Sounds kind of dumb to me. It's like,
I wouldn't do it.
If I were you, I would.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a minefield right there. I don't know if you want to run across that motherfucker. But...
Yeah. Well, let's do a little tap dancing over there. Maybe a little square dancing, like, a little hopscotch maybe. I wouldn't do that in a minefield, but if you want to do it in a minefield, that's
somebody in the chat.
By the way, here's a tank full of piranhas. You want to go for a swim too?
It's like, dude, what?
I wouldn't go in there, but if you'd like to try that,
Tim. All right, so let's see. Timcast. There it is. Timcast News posted it up. Yeah, look it. This is somebody in the chat was like, Tim Pool's having a groiper on every day of the week. It's pretty much. I don't know who Ruslan KD is, but. Nick Fuentes, obviously, King Groiper. Amy Dangerfield, Groiper. Aaron McIntyre, Groiper. Bobby Sauce is a Candace Owens simp. I don't know if they cross-reference. Like, I don't know if they intersect, but I think he could be Groiper-ish. I don't think he's a Groiper, but definitely the biggest Candace Owens superfan ever. And whoever the fuck this guy is.
He's weird with that too.
Dude, he's real strange. Like what I say about Bobby Sauce, this guy, I say he's what happens when you do too much internet. Right? Like when you do too much, like when when people are like, you have a drinking problem, right? Like
and there are signs.
It's like visible. It's like you have a drinking problem.
Swollen face.
Yeah, he has he has like this, like his eyes do this. It's like that's a dopamine addict. Something's wrong with that guy's head. Like, it's definitely social media related, and it's a TikTok thing. These are TikTokers. I say that there is a difference between TikTokers and content creators. They're different. And like, for instance, hold on. Let's find that dude who was in the church screaming because he did a TikTok thing. Like, they don't take this seriously.
Are you talking about that guy with the beard?
Yeah. William Kelly.
Come get me, Palm Bondi. That guy.
Let's see if we can find the TikTok video he just did. It's wild, bro. These people are weird people. TikToker. Here it is. No, that's not it. He was literally doing like a TikTok sound, and he's like, it's just strange, man. These, like, I swear I've been saying it. I know you slightly disagreed with me at first. I think you sort of came around where it's like, it's a psyop. It's not a social media platform. It is a psyop.
I think it is a social media platform, but I also think that there are a lot of I believe that TikTok is the worst. Yeah. I believe that if you a lot of it does stem from that malicious algorithm. However, as we've seen, X, you can game that algorithm. Instagram, you can game that algorithm. And once you take away one, there will be undoubtedly people taking advantage of the others. I think all of social media is extremely dangerous in large quantities, and I think we're seeing that play out right now. Yeah, it is a drug.
I think that what I'm trying to say is that the way TikTok is designed to pull you in, it's like you literally are living in a different world.
You are. Oh yeah. And no, it is. And it is because when you are a new account, you get like a boost. And it's like, oh, I don't have any followers, but I have thousands
it's like
of
they're like a
likes,
drug. It's like a drug dealer feeding, giving you the good shit, and then they keep 100%. Chasing the high. I can't find the video I'm thinking of, but it's literally him out on the street, and he's doing one of those voiceover things, and there's music. It's like a production, and it's like a TikTok video. And I'm like, bro, you are going to jail. It's like,
right.
You are. Look, dude, if I had fucked up to the point where I was actually like, I actually did commit a crime on camera, right? I would fucking shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah, I
like,
would just shut down and lay low.
Think about it when I didn't even commit a crime, right? When I was just accused of a crime, when I was arrested for a crime, when I was arrested for that assault and battery, I didn't talk about it, right? And when people ask me about it, I go, you can wait for the results of that case. I wasn't jumping on TV like on in front of a camera like, yeah, no, actually what happened was I was jumped by 3 black guys. I didn't say shit, right? Because I didn't want that to be used in court. And then when I went to court, they still tried to interfere with the case. They were emailing the prosecutor while I was sitting there, and I was like, so this guy's not doing himself any favors, in my opinion, if he does see the inside of a courtroom, which I believe he will.
Yeah,
you don't.
He's going to. You
do not look remorseful, bro. Like, you do not.
I'll tell you this too, and here's another one, right? So you talk about giving them a week, right, with Don Lemon and all these guys.
Yeah.
This dude came on video and
Lemon,
said
another one.
Not even Lemon, but like this the beard guy.
Oh yeah, his name is. William Kelly.
And was like, "Come get me, Pam Bondi."
Oh yeah,
If she doesn't get him after he was like, "Yeah, I went into that church," like confessed.
Yeah.
Then she has to be fired.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take that woman seriously? The
I know.
criminal was like, "Yeah, I did it. Come get me." She'd be like, well, we will not tolerate this, and then they're on to something else. That's why I think they're gonna. I
played this video in this morning's show where he seems like he's backpedaling, right? Where he's literally like, I didn't do anything wrong. He's like, the police didn't take us out of there. We weren't harassing people, and he seems like he's backpedaling. But then, like, yeah, I think like later in the day, he made like a video. I know which one you're talking about, where he's looking in the camera. This one. This one.
Church with Nakima Armstrong, and I protested
that one. Yeah, and he calls Pam Bondi a traitorous bitch in the video.
ICE leader in the city.
He's like, "Come get me, Pam Bondi." Yeah, I went in that church, and I'm like, "All right, if you don't get this guy, like he wins at that point, and then the criminals will just run him up."
How can they live so comfortably?
He's like, how can they live so comfortably? He's talking about. He says, "Fuck the pastor." The pastor that he harassed. He goes, "Fuck him."
Can't even go to their mosque and pray. How do they deserve any fucking different? Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. All power to the people.
And you know what? He's gonna be the. And look, this is the exact same thing Candace Owens just did. What did Candace Owens say, Shawn? She said, if I was lying, then clearly TPUSA would sue me. You know what she did today? You know what she did today on her show? She goes, well, I think that if you use lawsuits to go after and silence people, that's gay.
Oh, of course. She did the same thing with Macron. I said
exact thing.
I said this.
Same
I was
exact thing.
She asked the Macrons to sue her. She goes, well, if what I'm saying is false, then sue me. Then they sued her, and she was like, well, they're coming after my First Amendment rights. You asked to be sued. Okay, same thing.
Maduro.
I said this months ago. When this was first, I was like, they're going to sue her, and then she's going to play victim that she's being sued. When she's asking right now to be sued.
Yep.
She said, sue me. Okay, here's a lawsuit. That's gay. What do you want? It's like if you go to McDonald's and you're like, let me get a large number 2. They give you a large number 2. You're like, that's gay. You got what you asked for.
All right, so this is the best, right? This guy said, I didn't realize I wasn't following him. I just followed him. Cinema Shogun. He posts these Cliff Notes versions of Candace Owens' show. He goes, I watched Candace Owens today, so you don't have to. This is the Cliff Notes. Candace starts the show saying congrats to her because she received her first legal letter of 2026. Then she says she needs to discuss how she was right about Taylor Swift. She respects Taylor because she's savage. Says, let's stick to pop culture. Says TPUSA hit her with a cease and desist. Says it's gay to take legal action. Plays clip of Tim Dillon. Rants about Doge edits. Says TPUSA is accusing her of disparaging them. Etc., etc. It's just so long. But he literally, this guy, Cinema Shogun, he literally, I'm assuming what he does is while he's watching the show, he's like typing, like, because he gets these things so detailed. It's like, it's kind of funny. Rants about Blake Lively. So let's just scroll all the way down to the end. But it goes, Overall, today's show was almost entirely about celebrity drama involving Taylor Swift and the Beckhams after she briefly read through the cease and desist letter she got from TP USA. 2 attempts to pivot away from the Charlie Kirk investigation. 2 retractions. She retracted 2 of her stories, which means she's afraid.
Yes.
Countless fans were turning on her in the chat, et cetera, et cetera. So Candace Owens apparently got the cease and desist letter and then did a video saying, okay, I was actually wrong about this and I was actually wrong about this. Because she knows that cease and desist letter is the first step in...
That's the first step.
In a lawsuit. And I told you she was going to get sued. I mean, I wasn't bringing any revelations to anybody.
No, everyone kind of could tell that's where it was going.
This isn't like this isn't one of those things where it's like I was right about blank. Everybody knew she was getting sued.
Right, everyone knew that was going to happen at some point. Yeah.
But yeah,
But I love it because they're like because her simps were at the beginning of this whole thing. Well, what she's saying isn't true. Then why aren't they suing her? Now they're suing her. Oh, this is
well,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Silencing her. It's like, shut up.
The reason why we just pivoted to Candace, even though I don't really want to talk about her anymore, is because that kid William Kelly it's the same fucking playbook. It's the same playbook Maduro played. Maduro was like, Trump, you come get me. Then Trump comes and gets him, and he's like, I'm the president. You can't come get me. It's like, you told him to come get you. You said come get me, dude. Like, it's like,
you ordered a quesadilla, and we gave you one.
And then, so what's going to happen is William Kelly is going to be arrested, and then he's going to make a TikTok. And he's going to be like, this is a weaponization of government. It's like, bro, no. No, this is actually the government doing its job. Like, the weaponization of government was when you went in and you arrested people for protesting the fact that their kids were being like trans or indoctrinated, or when you arrested the parents at school board meetings for not wanting to put an experimental drug into their children, or like when you arrested
other things that were at those school boards,
or when you arrested people using the FACE Act for praying outside of an abortion clinic. They were outside. They didn't go in. They didn't do what you did. They didn't make a TikTok. They didn't film it. They didn't harass the people behind the desk. They were across the fucking street. And you are going to come out and you're going to, we already know you're going to do it. You're going to come out and you're going to make a video where you're going to call it a weaponization of government. It's not. It's the government doing their job. And you know what I've noticed, and I think you've probably noticed it too, from people on our side who have conflated anarchy with freedom of speech and libertarianism, right? Like, it's just like not to keep bringing her up, but this whole Josie thing where she says in her interview with Nick Fuentes, the reason why she's skeptical of people who she thinks that people should be able to deny the Holocaust is because it's illegal. It's illegal to deny the Holocaust, according to Josie. And
is it really?
No, Shawn.
I was going to say I don't think.
No, Shawn, it's not.
I remember seeing that.
There are, according to Nick Fuentes, and I'm taking this with a grain of salt and a shot of tequila. There are 17 countries where you can't deny the Holocaust, and I'm like, he's probably referring to maybe hate speech laws in other countries where if you're also saying fuck the Jews while denying the Holocaust, maybe that's it. I do not think it's illegal in any country to simply say, I do not believe the numbers of the Holocaust are accurate. I don't think that's illegal in any country. But that's what they did. They were trying to gaslight.
Might be in Germany.
Maybe. They're a little... It's a sensitive subject over there. Maybe in Amsterdam. I don't know. What I'm saying is they're conflating, right, that. And then what Josie will say is you should be able to deny the Holocaust. And it's like, that's all he fucking does. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, you can't ask questions. You can't ask questions. It's illegal to ask questions. No, it's not. You're doing it.
Right.
You can't criticize Israel. You can't criticize Israel. That's
all
you're
you do.
doing.
If you can't do it, then why are you allowed to do it?
Yeah, if you can't do it, why aren't you in handcuffs
And
right now?
this is what you kind of hinted on, and I've been saying this too for a little bit. You know, and I'm not the only one, but I've been saying this too for a little bit. Is that you have Ron Paul's version of libertarian, right?
Yes.
Which is essentially very close to original intent of the founders, following the Constitution. You know. And everybody has individual liberty. The federal government is there, but it's very small. You can't see it.
Yes, and that's kind of what I have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much in tune with that. I read Liberty Defined by Ron Paul. It's a great book. What you have now with these neo-libertarians is they are essentially anarchists.
Yeah,
they want nothing.
Yes,
they're Antifa essentially. They're just polite sometimes. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Not as violent.
What Josie is essentially saying is you should be able to just say whatever you want. You should be able to get up in a black person's face and use a hard R. And if anything happens to you, that's a violation of your First Amendment. It's like no. No, we live in a fucking society. Now, I'm not saying that you should be arrested for saying mean words. Absolutely not. But for instance,
no, I don't think so.
For instance, with Jake Lang, when Jake Lang got fucking his head cracked open, I was one of the first people and one of the only people who did not mince words at all, and I said good. I didn't water it down with now, I do not think that the people who assaulted him are good for doing it. What I'm saying is, if Jake Lang made a video saying, I'm going to go into a lion's den and tug on the fucking lion's tail, and he got mauled by a lion, I would make a video going, good.
Well, it's FAFO. You know, I mean, it's what it is. And you know what? You were not the first. You were the second. The first person who said good was Jake Lang. Jake Lang was very happy that he got beat up because then... Oh, please help me pay for my medical bills. And this is the worst part. Like you said, if I jumped into a tank of piranhas and then jumped out of the tank of piranhas and was like, I got really hurt in that tank of piranhas. Can you help me pay for it? Like, well, why'd you go in the first place? No, I'm not going to pay for you. You should have done that.
But all up in Josie's comment section when she was trying to do the mean girl thing to me, and you don't want to do the mean girl thing with me. I'm petty, and I'm better at this.
Exactly.
I'm better at that. I only throw one punch, and it's a fucking haymaker. So. And they were all saying, "Oh, Misfit was just celebrating Jake Lang getting hit in the head," and I'm like, "You goddamn right I was." It's like because what Josie and her followers think is I'm against free speech because I'm glad somebody who walked into a mob and got hit by the mob. And it's like, no, I am so pro-Darwinism. I think we should remove all the warning labels off of everything and let God sort everybody out. And I'm glad that he didn't get killed, but if you looked at the video, The irony is he was saved by a black man and a Muslim, and he was driven away in a car with a tranny. The guy who... you couldn't have written that better. It was white people beating up the white supremacists while a black, brown, and tranny saved him. You couldn't have writ that any better. No, I was very glad. And by the way, if he did die, I wouldn't have made the video. I wouldn't have been like, yay. Obviously, he's fucking fine. I wouldn't have even made the video if he had shown some type of remorse for what he did. But no, what did he do? He immediately dropped a fundraiser, and he immediately did what Jake Lang always does. I had no sympathy. I had no empathy, no nothing at that point. So I said, good, and I meant it. And I mean it when I say I'm okay with the Hamas casualties. I'm okay with all of it. Because I can think long-term and do the trolley problem. Am I happy that the United States decided to drop a bomb on Hiroshima? Yes. Kids died in that explosion. How are you happy about that? Because it saved more lives.
It saved more American lives too.
And it saved more American lives. Correct.
If we had invaded the Japanese homeland, you would have seen many more Japanese people dead and many Americans dead.
They didn't even fucking surrender after the first bomb.
And that's the other thing. It's like, okay, we dropped the second one because after the first one, they still thought we were bluffing. So we're like,
it's like,
do it again.
Yeah, and that's not an easy decision to make, It's like,
No.
but people like Dave Smith will just say, "Oh, you are heartless. How dare?" Like, and Tucker Carlson.
That's war, bro. That's what it is.
Tucker Carlson is like, nuclear weapons are evil and demonic. Also, Iran should have one. Like,
Great point.
like, dude.
Yeah, great point.
You think Iran? He goes, if Iran had one, then all the fighting would stop. Would it? Would it?
I'm pretty sure if Iran had one, they'd use it tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Iran would not even fuck it, dude. Iran would tighten the last screw in the nuke and hit the button 10 seconds later. And you know where it would go? Israel.
Now, first, exactly.
For fuck's sake, man. It's
They'd launch it at Israel. It'd probably be so fucked up it'd land in
it'd probably blow.
some
They'd
country
probably
we've never heard of.
You know what?
Yeah, they'd blow themselves up.
Here's the scenario that I would agree with Tucker on. If Iran had a nuke and blew up themselves, I think that would be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's yeah. But you know what? Here, actually, it wouldn't be, because, and this is what people cannot understand, right? How am I supporting the people of Iran who are Muslim, right? I am in full support of them, but not the Palestinians. How am I doing that? I clearly don't hate Muslims if I'm rooting for the Muslims, right? It's because these Muslims are trying to overthrow their own government. And if Palestinians did that, I would have been pro-Palestinian. You know why I wasn't?
Yeah.
Because they weren't. They took part in October 7th. The vast majority, a poll was 72% of Palestinians support Hamas. How can I can't get behind that.
No.
It's the complete inverse in Iran. 72% oppose the IRGC. So it's not about Muslims. I don't do identity. It's not about that. It's about who is in support of peace and who isn't. I'm on the team that's in more support of peace.
Yeah.
Quite a simple equation, actually, when you really think about it.
It's actually very, very simple. It's just, you're dealing with people who don't use logic.
Well, the most uncommon thing on the planet these days seems to be common sense.
Yes. Correct.
All right, we'll go through a couple
the term common sense is essentially an oxymoron.
Yeah. It's disgusting to see these two actually taunting the U.S. Attorney General daily with zero consequences. Look, I get it. And I think that you should keep the pressure on. But like we just said, right? Like Shawn and I said maybe 30 minutes ago, do you want this done right or do you want this done right now? Because if you want it done right now, we have James Comey and Letitia James as examples. If you want to fuck up the investigation, because it's going to happen.
You want it done right. You don't need it. I mean, I want it done right and I want it done fast. But sometimes you can't have both.
Manage expectations. Look, here's. Let me give you an example of something like in my business. Okay, I have this happen all the time. Right? I just had to turn down a job because they tried this shit. Can you get this job done by next week? I go, no. No. Right? Now, what would happen if I wanted the job, right? So I lied to my customer and said yes, even though I knew I could not have it done by next week. You know what's going to happen is next week they're going to be really mad at me. Right? Now, they're going to be really mad at me, but I got the check, right? I got the check, and I got the job, and they're just going to have to suck it up and wait. And every day that goes by, they are fuming that I am in their house and I am still working when I never could have gotten this job done in that time period, and they're going to leave me a negative review. That's how it works, right? So I think what Pam Bondi did was she goes, yeah, we could do it by next week, right? And then we're all going, when is this going to be done, right? It's just like human nature. Like if she had just came out, it's too late now, but the job's already started. If she had just came out when me and you called this very early and just said nothing, or even better, just said, you'll get it when you get it. Wait, it takes time, something like that, and managed expectations, that would have been better. The moment she fucked up was when she said, it's sitting on my desk, the Epstein files are on my desk, and you'll have them out tomorrow. That was where she fucked up.
Right.
And I still think it's a fireable offense. I think that Donald Trump is crazy for keeping her on.
The only reason why he's keeping her on, and that I can see why, is getting another AG confirmed in the Senate is going to be difficult. That's the only reason. Literally the only. You can't tell me that she's done a good job, because she hasn't.
No, I haven't.
She's exposed the administration to a lot of bad PR. Mm-hmm. The only excuse is confirmation in the Senate and going without an AG, essentially.
I think that
for a long time.
Yeah, and I think that's why the midterms are just so pivotal. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to talk about Massey. The midterms really are so fucking important, and we just need to get this distraction behind us, because here's the two scenarios. Okay, we extend our lead in the Senate and the House, keep both, and we get through and we get shit done and we push through, right? So option 2 is we lose either one or both, and we are hamstrung for the next 2 years. And I think that Trump is literally just waiting to see which one of those two things happens. Because if he's hamstrung, I know what he's going to do. He's going to say, fuck it. He really is. He's going to say, fuck it. He goes, listen, I know this isn't ideal, and I know that history is going to judge me, but whatever. I'm going executive order. Fucking impeach me. What are you going to do?
Right. I don't think we're going to lose the Senate, by the way.
I don't think so.
I don't think we're going to lose the Senate, but I think it's possible. It's obviously in the cards that we could lose the House.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about this because I sent this back and forth to you the other day with Massey. Oh, by the way, Massey apparently does not understand how this works either. The Emergency Economic Powers Act. Apparently, dude, Massey is literally shilling for Venezuela, for Maduro's regime.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He's calling it stolen oil. First of all, conquered, right? Selling stolen oil and putting billions of dollars back in a bank in Qatar to be spent without congressional approval. Where is he fucking coming up with this? The president can't legally create a second treasury overseas for his own piggy bank. What is happening? I don't care about that, but I wanted to get to the Kalshi and Poly market odds, because Mr. Massey responded to me, and
I saw that.
He shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. I troll. I trap. Here, this was him falling for a little bit of bait, right? I wasn't expecting it from him, but I was expecting it from like an anon account. But Thomas Massey now has an 87% market odds of defeating the rhino Trump has endorsed via Kalshi. And so if you look here, it says Ed Galrain 20%. Now, look at this, right? This is very important. Look at this photo. It says Massey 87, Ed Galrain 20. Okay? I said, not anymore. I just dropped $1,000 on Ed Galrain. What's the number now? Ed Galrain. I dropped $973 on Ed Galrain, and it jumped up 7 fucking points. My point here is, look at the volume. This number right here, it's $55,000. If you bet $5,500 to win, right, and 900 wins $4,000, so you'd really only need to bet about 1,000, maybe 1,100 to swing Ed Galrain's percentage up 10%. That's how volume works in a betting market. So Massey I think somebody came in and dropped like $1,000 on Massey just because I tweeted this, right? But he goes, not anymore. A big chunk of your bet evaporated. bro, my bet is locked in.
Yeah, you get locked into the odds that you set it at.
I am locked in to $973 to win $4,000 no matter what happens with this thing.
Right.
Right? So he goes, a big chunk of your bet evaporated. So he doesn't know how betting markets work. That's good. I don't want my congressman knowing how. If he ever hits 27% again, you should sell to get your money back before it goes to zero. First of all, the moment I put my money in, my bet dropped down to 500 even to pull out because I put so much in. The volume is not high enough. And that's what he doesn't realize. So I just go, you realize you just proved my point. The volume is so low, you can swing 10% with $1,000. You fucking retard. So, so Massey, my point is, the people that are running around the internet right now saying that Massey has an 85% chance of winning, Ed Galbraith has not started really campaigning yet, right?
Right.
He has not. He is a no-name right now. I think that Trump will probably start doing speaking events with him or endorsing him or posting about him, and then you're going to see his numbers go up and up and up and up and up, right? And
he's got to get out on the streets there. He's got to start pounding pavement in Kentucky.
I think what he needs to do, and I'm working on it, is get on the podcast circuit. I know that I'm not the biggest podcast, but I know people, and big people follow me. So if I get him on, somebody might go, "Hey, can I get his info?" And then I move him on, and we push him around. But I think he definitely needs to take the Trump strategy of 2024 and hit the podcast circuit hard, because Massey is popular. Now look, here's another thing that we should probably point out, okay? Let's point out this. First, and same thing with Kalshi, right? Even with Kalshi, you're talking about a betting market, okay? This is a betting market. This is not the people of Kentucky, which are the only people that matter.
Kentucky 4. Not even just all of Kentucky.
Kentucky's 4th district are the only people that matter. Period. This is a betting market where Thomas Massey is a influencer essentially, and people are only betting on him because they know his name. Okay? Right. So he can if I were any of you, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. If I had 50, I bet $973. You want to know why? I told Shawn this. The reason why I bet $973 is because I bet 400 on Trump to win the 2024 election when the odds were 2-1, right? And I forgot about it. I completely forgot that I won. That was over a year ago, right? It was before November of 2024. Right, so I was looking at the poly market odds, and somebody pointed out, hold on, that poly market, you can't even bet it in the U.S. Right, so I didn't even know I had a Kalshi account. Right, I literally forgot about this, but poly market, hold on, where is it?
They'll be available in the United States soon, I think, or they might
Kalshi,
be available
Kalshi is. Kalshi already is available.
Polymarket, I think, is getting there or is there in some states.
Okay, yeah, look here. So look at, I get a $4,094 payout if I win. So there we go. Okay. Polymarket, look at this. If you try to make a bet on Polymarket, it says you appear to be located in the United States, France, or another restricted jurisdiction. Trading is not available to U.S. persons. Now, this is in response to a post right here where Thomas Massey has like a 75% chance of winning, right? So the volume on this is $2,562, right?
That you can't base anything off that. That's like doing a poll of 10 people and saying, who do you like the most? And,
I could put $2,500 down on this bet, and I can literally make Ed Galbraith a favorite, in Polymarket. But here's the deal: you can't even bet this in the U.S. legally. So who's betting on
Right.
this?
You could illegally use a VPN.
Yeah, I could use a VPN. That's illegal.
Illegally. Illegal. I have to say that. Yes.
Somebody actually posted that. It's so funny, right? Because here, hold on. It's gonna say post unavailable under one of these. Can't find it. Somebody, yeah, post may violate. Somebody posted that. They go, I bet on Polymarket with a VPN, and then I wrote, "That's illegal, sir." And I did that emoji where it looks like it's squinting, and he deleted the post. I was like, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not narking you out.
Right.
But anyway, the point here is, this is not a poll. Okay, this is not a poll for anything other than Thomas Massie is popular online, right? That's all it is. That's what this poll is. The poll is not who will win Kentucky's 4th district, and the poll was not given to the people of Kentucky's 4th district. This is Kalshi and Polymarket have this as an option, and people are betting on Thomas Massie because they know who he is. That's it. That's all it is.
That's it. Yep, that's all it is.
Yes. So if you want to do a poll in Kentucky, and do it right now before Ed Galrain is even like well known, do a poll. I want to see what the numbers are, because I do know that Thomas Massie's favorability rating in Kentucky's 4th district is 46%.
Right.
So he is
very low.
He's at 46, between 46 and 52% favorability in his own district, because he's been there 13 years and hasn't passed a single fucking bill. He ran unopposed in order to get the seat. His primary challenger was not that good from what I remember last time, and I think he did win a primary challenge one time, but Ed Galrain is a 5th-generation farmer, a veteran, a Navy SEAL, a fucking businessman, and he's got his own money, so he doesn't. It's kind of like going. It's like Trump. It's like
and he's endorsed by Trump too early.
Yeah. He's endorsed early, and he will be campaigned for. So, I think it's a good look. This was my logical thinking. I wrote that money off, which was, I think it was $400 to win 973. I wrote that off over almost 2 years ago, whatever. And I was like, hey, if I forgot about it and I won 973, I might as well just let it ride. And if I win, it's $4,000. So I would 10x my money if I win. So if Ed Galrain,
well, you know what's funny about this? Though, the real market and odds should be if Ed Galrain wins the primary. Mm-hmm. Does Thomas Massie stay in the race as an independent to throw it to a Democrat?
Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Hey, you know what? Why don't libertarians ever run as libertarians? Isn't that weird?
Right.
Isn't that weird how Rand Paul is a Republican and Thomas Massie is a Republican? It's like,
but they're not.
The most a libertarian gets is like 3% of the vote, and that's outliers. They usually get like 1%. Right. They usually get between 0.5 and 1% of the vote, but they continue to run under the Republican name and say that they're the only real conservatives in the Republican Party.
Yeah, you're real conservative shilling for Venezuela.
No, but it's like, I mean, like the audacity of somebody to be like, I am not even in your party, and I'm the only one who's actually representing your party. And it's like, you know, you have your own party, right? You understand that you have it. It's like it's out there. Your candidate was supporting trans people. Your libertarian candidate, whatever the fuck his name was, Oscar or some shit. He was basically a far leftist. Douglas Murray was right in his debate with Dave Smith. Libertarians are the bisexuals of politics. It's like, pick one.
Right.
All right. I think we got through everything. How about you?
I think so. I think so.
All right. Well, as usual, let everybody know what you're doing. You're going to be on the radio in the morning?
I'll be on the radio Friday morning, I think, and then Friday afternoon again, 3 to 6.
Nice.
On 1210 WPHT. It'll be a fun time.
I am going to try very hard to finish the job tomorrow so I can go hunting on Friday so I do not have to go hunting when it's 27 fucking degrees out.
Yes.
So Hopefully that happens. We'll see.
We'll be watching the weather here. I'll be tracking it tonight, and we'll see what happens. It's very, very possible there's a big ice storm here in Tennessee, so that's not fun.
And you guys don't have snow plows and ice
not
spreaders
enough of them.
or salt spreaders.
Not enough of them.
Yeah.
So it could shut things down. We're prepared. We got a bunch of stuff, so we're good to go.
Well, let's do the shout outs. We got Emerald Sonic 78 and Brendan Farish, the beautiful Brendan Farish, Sean's wife, both of them saying good night to all of you. 7 Legion Studios, Lotus 8 Lily, On the Edge, Stasis for real, that's Gina. All right, I saw a hater in here earlier. Yeah, we'll skip you. Oh, it's a YouTube comment. We're not doing that. You don't get no shout out. Okay, who else? Damn it, it's pretty much yeah, just a long thread of those 5 people. So slow time, but we don't do this for the views. We do this because I get to talk to my buddy for about an hour and a half.
We get to have
every
fun
Wednesday.
for a little bit of time.
Yeah, we get to have fun every Wednesday night. This is like doing FaceTime for me. I don't give a shit about the views. All right.
It's like a public FaceTime.
It's pretty much what it is. It's like, because we don't do that during the whole week. We're both busy, so it's like this is how we get to hang out. Yeah, and you guys get to watch me hang out with my friend once a week. All right, cool. All right.